I'm recording now. If everybody could please just do a clap into like starting with Allisyn. I didn't hear that at all.
Me neither.
You might be fully muted, Allisyn.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh.
Weird. Yep.
Was it just because I was like far away?
There we go. Doug.
No, wait. Okay,
Same thing.
Guys,
What's
there's
up?
a noise suppression filter, so you have to clap loudly.
Okay. That'll do.
Did it do it?
I'll go. Matthew Scott. Okay. We don't need to sound sync. This is fine.
Oh, good.
We are recording. It has begun.
Okay, so this is going to be
It's a party.
episode 25, right, Audrey? The Shane Harper
Oh, yeah.
25. So, yeah,
Mm.
so RaNDoM is technically season 3 of Sunny with a Chance. So for anybody with Disney Plus, pull up Sunny with a Chance, go to season 3, episode 25, the Shane Harper episode, and watch along
We
with
know
us.
it's confusing.
Yeah, we're confused too.
Yeah, we weren't recording on the, 2 hours of us trying to set up this Discord call?
It's been a hot, spicy minute. It's been a while.
Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Discord. You kids in your Zoom
It's the new
calls.
Zoom, right?
Yeah, get on our level. We're pro Jamers, and that's why we know Discord.
Okay.
Matthew Scott, it was fun to watch you like process Jamer. What is a Jamer?
It took me a second.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's okay.
But I got it. I got it.
I like
Someone who
planting
makes jam.
seeds of jokes. Exactly.
And letting them grow.
Right, so I guess this is us figuring out if So Random was really a fever dream or not.
Yeah.
Seeing how many repressed
How
vaulted
do you
memories.
guys feel about watching this? I don't know. I don't get nervous, but I'm like, the fact that I know some of the stuff that's in the episode, it's cringe. It's cringe.
It's cringe, but it was such a beautiful time in our lives, so much fun. It meant so much to all of us. So yeah, we're gonna look back now and cringe a little bit, but like
it all
I'm just,
happened so fast. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
that. Like the fact that I haven't watched. Have you guys watched it on Disney Plus? I haven't watched it.
I have
No.
not.
I've
I've not
skipped around
watched
a
it.
little, but I did kind of think it was permanently in the infinite void,
I did too.
as was
Mhm.
Julia Peters, or like
Yeah.
hopefully incarcerated somewhere.
Oh yeah.
She,
Wow.
I
know.
hoping
Julia
she
Peters
was.
in this episode? Is she in this episode?
She's not, but there are some other like golden.
There's
Oh my gosh.
some-
I screened this before, so
I'm
Wow.
weirdly okay. All of a
Producer
sudden, I'm
credit.
taking back
Wait,
everything I
second.
said. I'm excited now for some reason. Now I'm
Did
excited.
they ever air Mr. McNamara?
Yeah.
Is that something?
Yeah.
yes, they
Yeah,
did.
They did.
Oh,
They
okay.
did.
For some
Oh,
reason-
speaking of, this should probably like stay in an episode where we're watching Mr. McNamara. But I want to say I worked very hard on a realistic Irish accent, and then when when I showed up, they were like, "Hey, that's too real. Go like toidly toodly turrety tur," and I was like, "Okay." So
That's-
anyone who
understand.
said,
The
yeah,
Australian accent I did for Angus, like I did it as a joke in the audition, and then
Mhm.
now I'm like, oh no, I'm doing it on television. And our first musical guest was Cody Simpson, who was from
Oh, yeah.
Australia. And do you remember his sister?
Right.
Do you remember Cody's sister, whose name escapes me right now?
Allie
Allie.
Simpson, right?
She's
Adelaide.
so cool. She pulled me aside after the episode and was like, hey, and I was like, oh god, here it comes. And I was like, hey, so just so you know, Angus is the character, and like, you know, he's not really from Australia, but he is. And she was like, we love your accent's so good. I'm like, yeah, I worked on it really hard. And
incredible.
Yeah, wait, is Angus actually from Australia, or is he someone who isn't from Australia?
well,
Model.
the truth is, I had been watching a lot of Australia's Next Top Model on YouTube
That's
before
right.
the audition, and so I was just impersonating literal lines from it, like me saying my beast paws, and like if you don't fit the claws, you won't get the job was an actual line from Australia's Next Top Model. I should post
Yeah.
the episode. The girl who won Australia's Next Top Model, her name was Demelza, and the line was Demelza. If you don't fit the claws, and I just said that in the audition, and then they write it into a whole thing, and I was like, oh my god, like
So
I'm
great.
just saying lines from Australia's Next Top Model.
Yeah,
So
if
someone-
you-
someone on set was like, Who was our scripty person? Who was that guy? What was that guy?
Damon.
Damon.
Bonnie.
Damon.
Or...
Damon.
with the hat.
Okay.
Damon was like, I like the choice you're making where he's like, he thinks he's Australian, but he's really not, and just doing a bad impersonation of an Australian accent. I'm like,
And you were like,
yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's
Correct.
who Angus is.
Right.
So I just kind of stuck
what I
with that
wanna hear.
story
That's
that's
funny.
who it is.
it's interesting. That's what you did in the audition room, and then you must have had like a wake up moment where you are on a table. You have chicken skin in your hands,
Sitting
and
on
you're
your
like, yeah, sitting on my lap. I mean, I was gonna add that last because it's the best part, but you know,
Sorry.
I guess you got there. before-
Spoilers, dude.
It's just
Spoiler
the first thing I
alert.
think of. Yeah, Fever Dream. Okay, I think
Great.
I'm ready now.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
I think
My
it's gonna be
favorite
kind of
sketch.
like, yeah, because I didn't go to high school. This was like in place of my high school years, so it's kind of like I feel like looking through like an old yearbook or like old high
Aw.
school photos of like, oh
Yeah.
gosh, there's like some awkwardness and some weirdness, or like
Yeah.
I remember that person, I remember that day. And,
Yeah, I thought I'd
Yeah.
only remember this in those brief moments before I fall asleep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's on Disney Plus for the world to see.
Yay.
It was
Which
real.
means we're all gonna start getting a bunch of money from Disney.
Oh.
Isn't it funny when people think we're rich? Like,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
That's
But, like,
hilarious, dude.
So this should like go to show how long ago this was. Allisyn still had her BlackBerry when we first started this season, and I remember we were at a roller rink, and this kid came up to Allisyn and was like, "Yo, you're on Disney. Can you buy me an iPhone?" And Allisyn looked at him dead ass and was like, "Can you buy me an iPhone?"
Amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
Moonlight
Yeah.
roller rink will never be the same.
It won't, literally.
Good lord. Yeah, no, I pretty much I did the Disney shows 3 seasons and pretty much paid for like my Invisalign. And that was
Nice.
it was like
Nice.
Invisalign and like
with,
yeah.
with the promotion.
For me, it was like immediately afterwards, I moved into my first ever like 1-bedroom apartment to rent. And if you're not from Los Angeles, haha, it's crazy. So back then, I like, even looking back, it was an incredible deal for what I got. And still, I was like, wow, this money's going really quickly. I hope I book another acting job soon. And then it was like, oh no. And that set off years of being like, I should work retail. I should work customer
Yeah.
support. I
We
should
were
do-"
both
Yep.
and Danny on some fun awesomeness TV sketches, David.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I flippin' forgot about that entirely.
Well,
Never
you
forgot.
shouldn't have because we did 47 of them.
No
There
way.
are
That's a
so
lot.
many No, there's not actually. That was a sharp exaggeration.
No,
believe
you
it.
just
I
scared
was-
the crap out of
So
me.
gullible.
Because I was like,
So
did I
good.
do
Choose
2
yourself.
seasons of a show? Usually you need a drug problem to forget that much. I should have had a drug problem. Wow. No, we did like 5 or 6. But also,
Yeah, Teen Wolf Mom.
no disrespect, but like they kept trying to make Bolt a thing. And I don't think even the people who watched that show gave a crap about my character at all. So when I kept coming back, I was like, really? Like, wow. Okay, sure. Thank you. Like, yeah.
I'm here.
I mean, straight off of So Random, I got a job at Hot Topic.
That's dope.
I remember
Mm.
people would come in and be like, "Are you on TV?" And I was like, "Yep." And they're like, "Why are you working here?" And I was like, "I don't know, because I'm not on TV right now."
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Oh, that's right.
It's
You
such
such
a-
a ball.
Yeah, like also
Yeah.
why try to like make it seem like working is a bad thing? It's like, damn, dude, I was bored. Yeah, I got a job. I want to contribute to
No, but there's
society.
this, like understanding that like we were on TV on the show and we'll be rich forever, and like
Yeah.
the fact
Or,
that
like,
on Disney
yeah,
Plus we get like a
anything is-
bucket of gold in the mail. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, anything
still waiting on
other
my
than
bucket.
that is lesser.
yeah, where is my bucket?
It's it's kind of an interesting thing where I think like, you know, you'll run into some people who don't necessarily have like any real knowledge on how TV and film work necessarily, but they still sort of mentally put people who are doing that on almost like a pedestal, but they don't like that pedestal. So it's almost like, ha, you were on TV and now you're working a job. But like we would be the first people to be like,
Yeah, it's
correct,
like,
I was on TV, now I'm working a job. I need a job. That's how you get
I
money.
did that job,
So-
now I'm doing this job.
Yeah, I'm doing this job next. And they're like, ah, yeah, you are. And you're like, yeah, I
This
am.
is
Like,
okay. This is my thought on this.
Hmm.
'Cause it's like anyone else who's not in this profession, like they can have an entire resume of like shitty day jobs, and
Mhm.
like they never really see the light of day. Whereas, like in the entertainment industry, like yeah, you do one thing, and then it's almost like you're
That's
too
fair.
good to go back to anything else. But just like
Yeah.
imagine from the other perspective, like if you had every job that you've ever had or tried to get like paraded
really
out
good
in front
point.
of you.
Mm-hmm. Not
Yeah.
ideal.
Not ideal.
No.
Yeah, I've always called it guac money because it's like just enough money where you're like, I think I can get guac at Chipotle and I'll
Whoa,
be okay.
that's such a good way to describe
That's
it.
incredible.
I'll keep the lights on.
May I use that? That
Wow,
is
I'm gonna steal that for sure.
fantastic.
100%.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
I just think about all the times I've gotten bed bugs in like the low budget things I've done.
Whoa.
There is several.
Wait, what are you
Like,
talking
are we
about,
talking
Audrey?
like one hand, two
I don't know,
hands.
when you're on a location for a shitty LMN movie and you get bed bugs and
I'll
a
have you
hotel
know-
that also has a
Sick.
TGI Fridays in it, and then it happens to you again.
This is so specific.
I really
Wow.
want to support you right now, but I can't pretend that I can relate.
It's been fun.
I love that Lifetime movie you were in, Audrey. I have it on my DVR still.
Oh, thank you. That's actually the better one. There was a worse
Right.
one a few years back. It was also about a mom.
I
That
want to
was the
watch you in
bed bug one.
anything. It was worth the bed bugs for me, unfortunately.
Yeah,
They had to
just
fumigate my
just
dressing room
scabies
on the
that one.
Thundermans.
They
That's the
did?
story.
Stop
So,
grabbing
I
furniture
recommend-
off the street, Audrey. This is episode 25, you said, Allisyn? This is episode
Yeah,
25 of season
Season
3 of
three.
Sunny with a Chance, which is technically So Random season 1, blah, blah, blah. This is legally distinct from Mystery Science Theater. It's a totally different thing that we made up, so we're going to do it.
Yeah, because I'm not a robot
Yeah.
There it is. That's the difference.
Wait a minute.
yet.
If you're a robot, you legally
Wait.
have to tell me.
Ah,
I mean, I said I wasn't, and I'm definitely not a robot lawyer. So,
is that a sketch that we did?
robot lawyer?
It sounds...
Oh yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
That sounds.
Sounds like a Shane
Legit,
sketch that
like,
he's
you can
pitched
tell if you're
recently.
saying
I'm
that.
so gullible. But like that sounds like a real sketch
Sounds
we
like
would
a
do.
sketch, yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
on.
Hey, we had Jamtron, where at the very end they figured out that the outfit had a really
Suit lit up.
sophisticated light
Oh my
system.
god. And it was built for an actor that was like half my size in terms of like arm girth. So it was like cutting off my circulation the whole time. I don't remember filming that very much. It was,
I remember that
I
night.
know,
I'll
that
never
was a-
forget that night. And I'll leave it at
tell.
that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Slay!
Ooh.
Let's watch this business.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, where is this guy?
Also, shout out to Brandon Smith. Man,
Yeah.
I
The
miss him.
CEO.
I miss him.
I love Brandon.
I feel
don't
like
know if
I
I'll ever
haven't
see him
aged.
again.
I've just gotten my
Because
teeth
I can just-
straightened.
Mute.
Oh
my-
yeah, that's right, Allisyn. I forgot.
Oh wow. Wait, so Matthew Scott Montgomery,
Yes.
did you have any hand in the casting of this?
It was on my lunch break. I remember I got to go to what is Building 11 or whatever, where the casting was happening, and I sat in on it, and I did help choose who I thought would be a good backup dancer. And there was a guy that I thought was very cute, and he ended up getting cast. And then we went to go see after work that night or the next night. We went to go see Punch Drunk Love at the ArcLight together.
What? That's
I gotta say
crazy.
though, I felt pretty ballsy being in the Angus costume, be like hitting on him, be like, "Hey, you're cute. What are you doing
Yes.
later?" I'm like, "Holy shit, the confidence."
That's amazing. Wait, so you had a hand in casting. Did you have his handsomeness in mind when casting him?
100%. Yes,
Yeah.
he's very my type, and so I was like, "Oh,
That's Hollywood
for sure."
for you.
Yes.
Yo.
And now I'm
And,
rich. Yeah.
In the high power position
and
of
now, yeah.
day player
Oh,
on
so
So Random. Sorry,
I
couldn't
was
even.
also impressed. If you guys remember when we would record songs at the studio, I did like one take or maybe two on the songs. Like they flew through it so fast.
Wow.
Like, I
Yeah.
thought they'd be like
Magical.
perfectionist about it, but they knew what they were doing over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney's always been weird about because people have asked me before, like, do you have to like sing and dance and like do impressions and stuff for your audition? I was like, nah, they just kind of cast us and they assume that we can all do it. And
Yes.
Mhm.
thank
Yes.
the Lord we can actually like.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you're singing this song. You're coming to the studio
Yeah.
this time. You're like, okay.
You know karate,
Yeah.
right? And you're like,
Yeah, they
there
don't.
was
They
Like,
don't
I
ask.
that was first
feverishly
week. Like,
looking up.
I feel comfortable singing, but I'm also just extremely nervous all the time. So first week they were like, "Can you sing the Zombie Man theme song?" And I was like, "On TV, yeah, with the yes, I can totally do that."
And the rest is history.
And the rest.
What's
Didn't
good about this, though,
Brandon write
is
the theme song though?
Brandon?
Didn't Brandon
Brandon
write
at least recorded it, right?
For
I
what?
think that's him singing the "It's a Party, Get
the
Down."
rap?
Oh,
Fantastic
that one,
Journey.
yeah. That
Maybe
one,
that's
He did.
Maybe that's
I think he did record that.
I feel like he probably didn't write it because I feel like the lyrics would be a lot more weird and obscure if he wrote it.
I thought I had some weird memory
Be like,
of that.
we're
Yeah.
on a planet and we're interconnected, and these people are my soul people. Be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They're like, it's a party, and get
There
down.
it is.
Oh
love
man,
It is a
Greeting card.
snappy intro.
it is. Y'all look like babies, just a bunch of babies.
Remember that set, that 2-story set?
That was really
pretty
cool.
much.
Yeah,
That's fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
it's
Pretty
fun.
much the coolest thing of all time.
It was
I
super
remember-
cool.
Was there a slide on that, or am I just making that up?
You're
No, I
making
think
it
you're
up.
making
There
there was
was
a
a
spiral
slide on Thunderman.
staircase.
Okay, that's what the spiral staircase.
I remember I
And
borrowed.
I'm merging the Lady Gaga sketch.
there's
Oh
a
my
spiral
God.
staircase.
Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
spiral
Yeah.
staircase on it. But
Oh.
I remember
So,
I
Allisyn?
borrowed.
Blue Boys.
Look at
the
these
full white outfit,
babies.
and I wore that to the Phineas and Ferb premiere because I was
Oh
like,
my god, the
that.
Phineas and Ferb
eventful.
premiere.
The teal
Yeah.
carpet.
Do you guys remember when Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg pulled you guys aside to tell you his kids loved you?
So
Not me. I don't think Julia
he
Peters.
he pulled Shane and Matthew Scott aside because I
Whoa,
was
wow.
And asked for a picture.
I was turned. I was right there. I was just turned in a different direction, and no one tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, Damien,
Oh,
Mark Wahlberg." It was
Well,
just,
we're in the lobby of El Capitan, and he's like, "Hey, can I
It's
get a
Mark
picture with you?" I was
Wahlberg.
like, yeah, like
it's Mark Wahlberg.
I know.
I think
Threw
we
him
were
under the
all
bus.
shocked.
Yeah,
We were all just too shocked to like
Yeah.
absorb what was going on.
Tiffany's so funny.
Look at her go.
She is. And she looks the same, as we've established.
Fun story. Shane, I have a hard time throwing things out. When Shane and I are roommates, I ended up with most of his shirts because he was just going to throw them away. I'm like, give them to me, kid. So I'm pretty sure I owned that shirt until very recently. I don't like
Allisyn,
throwing stuff
This is
away.
a compliment. You look like a drag queen here.
They
Like,
put
that's
so
a
much
compliment.
blush
Yeah,
on
so
me.
much
What
blush.
happened? What?
Are
Even?
they trying to emulate? Wait,
Who?
which judge are you supposed to be?
I
Who's
don't think
Paula
I don't think
Abdul?
it's supposed to be.
I think that they just were like, oh, she wears a lot of colors, so we should put color.
I think that's right. I think you're right, Allisyn.
Yeah.
This is one
of my
example.
very-
Go for it.
This is one of my very first time ever wearing heels, and if you can see, I'm not that stable.
Oh my God, how
take a
funny.
quick-
Like a fresh baby deer.
She's not. She's trying really hard to be stable, but she's not.
I'm pretty sure for this episode, I mean, if you'll notice, there's every single person in the cast except for me. This is probably one of those times I was sitting in my dressing room being like, all right, this intro doesn't need Damien. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not about to get fired. Everything's fine.
Yes.
I'm not here either.
What? But
Ooh.
I thought you were the blonde kid.
No,
Sterling.
that was Audrey.
Dang it.
What's
That was
next?
me.
Dance Formers? I forgot this was a
Screaming
thing.
alive.
Yeah.
Screaming them.
Wow, this is literally Stranger Things.
Yeah. So RaNDoM did it first.
Yeah.
Wait,
Tai
I missed
Chi.
this. This was so fun.
A lot of Bermuda shorts on you, Allisyn. That's what I remember.
So many. So many.
A lot of Bermuda shorts.
Also, how do you think props felt when they were like, all right, this week we need dancing transforming toys, and they actually got to transform, and they're like,
this is so
yeah, man.
funny. This is funny. Oh wait, maybe it's not funny.
I mean, you as the straight person in this is funny.
That's true.
Because you're like,
Damien, is
huh?
what's
is
up?
this your voice, Damien?
I think it's
That's
Doug.
Doug.
Since
No,
It's
it's
Doug.
that's me, yeah.
I'm having to
Yeah,
watch
I
on my
like that.
phone because it's not streaming
I
to me. For
do
anyone who's watching, I'm
wish-
curious.
I had pasted up a bit. To be honest, I wish I paced
We're
it up
all
a bit.
too critical of ourselves.
Yeah. Doug, why didn't you learn 10 years ago what you know exactly right now? It's
I
like,
know.
You're
get with
so
the frog
funny.
room.
It's tough though because it really taught me the difference between like what someone is saying and like what they actually mean in terms of notes. I have like I have a memory of someone being like, "Can you do more like this?" and me being like, "Yeah, totally, I know what that means," and it's not that at all, and it's that difficult thing where you're like not giving them what they want, and they're like, "More of this," and you're like, "I don't know what that means."
Yeah, but
But you're
you're,
just
you're
not
like
hitting the mark
conditioned to
wrong.
say totally. Like you're conditioned to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm a professional. I'm 12. Yeah, I know this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey,
God,
I still own that shirt
Damien.
too.
Damien.
Allison, did you see?
This is like the coming up night.
Like me
And my big hands.
Best
I remember
sketch.
that they gave me a straight up line read for that where I was just like, me and my big hands. And they're like, no, say it like
No.
my big hands. And I was like, oh, all right. No.
That's funny though.
They did it
This is
better.
also a very underrated sketch.
I don't remember this.
Oh, he should have had it too.
Ugh.
He-
I had
Oh,
a feeling there was a Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
impersonation.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
Vin
there it
Diesel.
is.
And a Vin
This is
Diesel.
the Vin
Oh.
Diesel.
Yep.
It's such a good
There.
question.
Oh God. Oh. That's there he is.
I had never once seen any movie with Vin Diesel in it, and I'm pretty stoked with how the impression turned out.
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
Really good.
Thank you. Wow.
Did you do that multiple times though, Damien? I remember
3
you saying that-
times.
Yeah.
Every time it's more like I got struck by lightning as a boy. It's like,
Who is Tiffany supposed to be?
I missed it.
Princess Kate?
oh, probably. Oh my God, Doug. Yes.
I miss working with
That's,
you, dog.
I remember I had
long
actually
sketch.
surprisingly a lot of trouble with that impersonation.
Really?
It was like because I had associated with Jack Black for so long, and that was a part of my life where I was like, maybe I'm not that person, and like had a really hard time associating with that. It
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
interesting.
But you
Yeah.
flippin' nailed it.
Oh, thank you.
Is this my big hand?
Oh, this is it.
And here is
Here it
the
is.
best
Oh, no.
sketch
There it
in
is.
television
Those hands were
history, ladies and gents.
terrifying. They had veins in them.
I scared the crap out of Brandon once with that. I came around the corner and I was like, what's up, dude? High five. And just like ran, and he like went for it, but then he noticed and he just
I'm
screamed.
screaming.
It's like, "Ah!" Like, yeah, pretty cool.
I remember those zit
Tug.
tattoos because they were like
Ew.
little,
Oh.
like
Sticky.
yeah, like those removable tattoos they put on our face.
Yeah.
Doug.
God, we were babies. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that 40 pounds lighter Damien. Skinny baby boy.
God. You're so cute,
Aw.
Damien. They're smaller than I remember.
They're
Oh,
still
they're
pretty
so
damn
scary.
big.
Ew, they're so gross.
They're so
Oh. Oh,
The veins. Do you see the
they're
veins?
so scary.
Ew.
Ew.
We didn't have a budget for the other season.
Ew, you're wiggly
Oh,
floppy.
you're touching their face.
Oh, yeah, it has nothing to do with the full musical production of the Angus song. It's the hands that we blew the budget on, Audrey. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, holy crap.
the prosthetics guy, I remember him.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
they're so gross. They're real
Oh.
though. They like look really
They look
real.
super real.
I'm telling you, it's the veins.
The thing
It
we
is.
Like me
Oh,
in
no.
the big hand.
Aw, they're so.
Oh no.
I forgot about that.
Oh,
Oh, my
Does
gosh.
he have a name?
We did have a name
Remember.
for them, didn't we?
Yeah, do they say it in the sketch?
I think
Let's
it
see.
was
Yeah,
more
here we
just,
go,
like,
here we go.
unspoken.
Audrey? Audrey, you're so funny.
Mag. This is my favorite character.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, your voice.
So good.
Oh my goodness. This is
Allisyn.
really funny, everybody. This is really funny.
Best sketch.
Ew, Damien.
Oh no.
Allisyn, your scream. Mason.
Mason, like a stone mason.
Oh, because the hands.
Because of the hands.
Damien, were they like tough to maneuver? Were they sweaty? Were they?
No, they were articulated. It was weird. They
Oh, it looks
fit
so
perfectly.
weird.
They look so real.
If you ever audition for Hulk, you need to add this in your audition.
Man,
There's Thomas Clark.
Damien, I have a crush on you.
thank you. I look
You and
back
your-
and I was
your
like,
big
I think I
hands.
did okay with my
Big
big hands.
hands.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God, her
Look,
ears.
they look so strong. Looks like they could just hold you for days.
They could.
Oh, who's this old man?
Is there an old man? Guess I'll do it.
Oh my
Why
God,
green?
Sterling looks so young.
Baby.
Allisyn, is that you?
Wow.
That's
Is
me.
this his audition tape? Oh. There's
Wow,
there's the
Sterling
boy.
looks so young.
So young. Oh, that's so.
I love that all of Matthew Scott's old man characters always have the
I did all those Harry Potter
Harry
voiceovers
Potter,
where I was
boy
like,
wizard,
And I cut all of it.
I still say that all of the time, and no idea what
It's fine. I'll always know.
I'm talking about. Good.
The craziest part about this show for me was I would have friends visit set a lot.
All the
Mhm.
time,
But it-
yeah.
Whatever episode they would come visit, it's like they would just show up and I wouldn't be in the full green suit, but my face would be painted kind of thing. So it's like I was
Sure.
always like half in, half out of makeup, where I just like had a wig cap on and like, you know,
100%.
the zits and everything. And I'm like, hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
Thanks
when
for
she-
coming.
Do you guys know who Tinashe is? She would come to
Yeah.
set all the time.
Wait,
Remember
Tinashe
that?
came to set?
Yes, she was dating Brandon, maybe, or she would just be there.
That was Tinashe?
Yes.
I do not remember
Yes.
this.
100%.
Oh my God, because I
Allison and I
remember
try-
I remember her. I just didn't know
Yeah.
she was Tinashe. Sorry.
I thought she was
cut you off.
amazing. Yeah.
No way.
I remember Allisyn and I always like one time going to meet up with some boys we thought were cute, but we were dressed as the Jonas Brothers. They wouldn't let us take off our wigs.
Listen, I understand. I asked a boy out
Kevin.
dressed as Angus. I get it.
And like when they would make us greet the audience when we were already like in a costume or like half in a costume.
Or when they made me, Matthew Scott, Audrey, or Shane greet the audience when, like, we finished the show before it started airing. So it'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, Damien Haas! And I'd be like, hi, I'm as disappointed as you are, but hello, welcome. I know I'm not Sterling.
We would sit on stage and like the fans would come and we'd do like a meet and greet afterwards
Yeah.
for the
After,
first couple
yeah.
episodes.
Which is
And then they're
really
like, never
cool.
mind, we're not doing that anymore.
I thought we did it for, like,
Yeah.
every episode.
At first it was like us sitting in chairs or something they would come through, and then it was us standing, and then they would cut it down.
Mm.
This is a long sketch.
Same.
Yeah, wow.
All the sketches are way longer than I remember.
I think it's also just that it was, like, 10 years ago, and, like, YouTube sketch comedy especially,
Yeah.
like, hadn't made its mark yet known.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now
It's
everybody's,
so
like,
short now.
3 minutes and out, whereas this is, like, you know.
Yeah. I'm also trying to picture a child watching Disney Channel
And like
and seeing this.
Yeah.
They'd be
Yeah, just
stoked.
like, you know, their parents being like, oh, just here, put this on. Like, Hannah Montana should be on soon. They're like, cool, yay, good luck, Charlie.
Yeah,
and like,
and
this
they're
comes
like,
on.
Doug, you did so well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You just have so much fun. You're playing on set, which is the most fun to be around. So,
Aw, I appreciate that.
yeah, man.
Allison, were you like standing on some like platform up in like a thing? Like,
Yeah, very similar to my vent system from the Sunny Days.
Yeah,
Mm.
not unlike them.
Climb up a little ladder.
Allison, remember
Classic.
when we were
Tit
those
for tat.
fairy tale investigator detectives or something?
Yes, the Humpty Dumpty case.
And we found like a
Had
cracked
that, like,
egg and we
black
had to
bowl.
solve it.
Yes.
Black bowl cut.
Yes.
So funny.
I think I'm Little Bo Peep in that
Hey,
sketch,
Colleen.
and Doug is the bad sheep who's like
Oh yeah.
God. But he's so cute.
I don't
So fun.
remember this. I don't remember this entire season.
You're so pretty, Audrey.
Let's see if we can find ourselves
Ah.
awkwardly dancing in the audience.
Oh, I'm sure we can.
So sweaty. This
Oh,
is
we
a
should watch
very
Boys.
Sing along.
complicated, involved show.
I also remember, like, no matter if it was a dance song or not, or if it was a ballad, we still had to dance. Like, pretend it was a
Yeah.
dance song.
Yep. And I'm not comfortable in my body now, and certainly wasn't then. So it's
Yeah.
always like,
Who
Good old
you suggest
sidestep.
That
My
single
girlfriend calls it
Damien out?
air traffic
What?
controller.
Tia Toscano.
Yes.
Tia Toscano.
And you just run.
Yeah, she came right up to you, Damien.
She came right up to me like in the performance, and like I'm sure she was just like, this is the part of the performance where I like single someone out, but it was like a couple times throughout the night that it was just like you, and I was like,
I remember we did one take of it. They're like, and we're going again, and you were like, no.
I was like terrified of anything like romantic or whatever, like even being hit on for like until like
Why?
my early
You were
20s.
gorgeous.
I
yeah.
appreciate that. I was so nervous all the time, and it was just like I would feel like this pressure of like a girl was nice to me. Am I supposed to ask her out now?
You're an
now
idiot. You're gorgeous, and you're on TV. You're an idiot.
I was. Now I'm
Damien?
fine. But
I feel you 100%.
do you? Okay, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. I was terrified.
Right?
Absolutely. Always mortified. So anxious. Always.
But now looking back, I'm like, oh man, I was an okay looking young buck. I'm sure I could
I
have
wasn't terrified at
asked
all. I was
out
bringing
a
it
girl.
on.
Oh, you're a
My
hunk
mom
of
was trying
Haas.
to
What are you
set you
talking about?
My
Aw.
mom was trying to set you up with my sister the entire
I know.
season.
And
Yeah,
Audrey,
that's
the
true.
worst part is I liked your sister.
Oh,
But I was like,
so
I was like so in my mind and fully pressured. I'd be like, oh, she would never go for a guy like me. And then be like, no, we want her to. And I'd be like, that wouldn't work.
yeah, you just say nice things.
I was that stupid. So there you go.
Idiot.
Yep.
Is it bad that I'm like, where are the shots of us? Show us.
Yeah, where's
I
me?
know.
I've not seen myself in 30 seconds, and I'm about done here.
Yeah, where's my awkward dancing?
Yeah, didn't LMFAO want to do the show, but because of their name, they couldn't be on the show?
Oh,
That
probably.
Do you guys remember that?
Correct.
That
I
is
remember.
so sad. That might be
They
the
wanted-
saddest thing I didn't know was gonna happen. That didn't happen.
Yeah, they wanted to do the whole
Yep.
like every day I'm shuffling because that song is pretty okay.
It was so
There's
huge
definitely-
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
there
There's
was definitely like a version
LMFAO
of it that could have
bangers.
done.
Yeah.
But it
Oh
was
my God,
like
this
their
is
name. They couldn't be on the show.
2011. 2011.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you
There we
are.
are.
So it just reminded me of all my own awkwardness. We'll see it all.
Oh,
We'll
yes,
see all the
no.
dancing at the end too, and we're like, it's a party. Get down.
Oh.
Credits.
Should we do one more?
Is that it? Is that
I feel
all?
like
Wait.
I'm here for it.
There
There's
was,
not
one-
more.
there was another good one.
15. Audrey.
Oh
you
yeah,
said 15.
Iyaz.
Are we
Yeah.
watching till the end of this though?
That is
Oh,
what
is
it
there
I think.
more? Is that the end of it? Is
There's
it
another
the end?
2 minutes where we're like saying goodbye and all coming on stage and being awkward. I'm watching
Yeah,
it now.
bring it
Sounds
back.
good. I'm about
Oh,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
watching it now.
Why would you skip that?
That's the cringe content we need.
No, we don't have to watch the last 2 minutes of this. We're fine.
Oh, what happened? Oh, we
Wow.
gotta go. We
Go
gotta
ahead.
go now.
No, we're good.
We have to see it. We have to see it.
What is it?
I just make direct eye contact with the camera and try to do a dance that I think
Yes, we have to
someone
see
had
it.
just
Dylan-
taught me. And I was like, no, I'm going to really
Yes.
try to do an actual dance. Like an
I'm
idiot.
gonna shine.
I can't wait for this direct eye contact and trying a dance.
I envy the dead.
That makes our audience look huge. That made it look really
Yeah.
big.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bridget.
What a legend.
Total legend. Oh
High
my God.
fives, everybody.
Yes. We could never high five anymore.
Moneymaker.
Shane and Doug doing their thing, and then I scoot on over.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, I want more.
Oh!
Oh, God.
When will death come? Why am I here?
Half of our job was just dancing. Literally.
Yeah, you can see it in our eyes. We're like,
That was a total blast.
yeah,
Damien.
I barely even saw you. What are you talking about? I want to see more.
I saw me. Did you say we were watching
Yeah.
episode 14, the Miss Piggy one?
15.
Oh.
Iyaz and Man.
15.
right?
Oh, man, yeah.
Mhm.
There's a bunch
Yeah,
of fun stuff in this
Halloween.
one.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for this one because Shane and I were like obsessed with a song at that time that was sung by Man. And so when Man showed up, I was like, holy shit, you're Man. And then I think Man was just stoked to be known.
I don't remember Iyaz and Man.
Iyaz does the like, shawty like a melody in my...
So Iyaz I remember, but Man I don't know.
Man had a song
I'm
called
sorry, I don't
Buzzin'.
know this man.
He's
What
he has
was-
I
Two
don't know
ends.
this man.
I'm sorry
And
to
I
this
feel
man.
like buzzing.
it's like
What was that? Come on to meet my mom. What was that one?
New Boys that were not actually New Boys.
Home to meet my
God.
mom.
Take on to me, my mom. Yeah, so bad.
Was that even a real New Boy song, or did they just make that real quick? So that they were
I think the song was real.
Song was real, but damn,
Just the
Boy.
voice.
The boy was not real.
Boy's
Boy.
not real.
no. Man's not hot.
Ooh.
3,
I'm
2,
out.
1.
I'm out. I'm
Go!
out too.
This is triggering for me because I got sent home
I
from set that
know.
day. If you remember, because the makeup woman f***ed up my eye, so I had to leave set.
Yeah, you got pink eye, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be in
Yeah.
this as a zombie, and I couldn't do it, and I cried.
I would imagine.
I'm so
There's
sorry.
nothing more
It's
Matthew
Halloween
Scott
my
I can think
favorite.
of than
Yeah.
like Halloween Disney special.
I was
like,
so miserable.
I'm sure. I'm so sorry, bud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
that-
watching this episode.
Not my choice. I didn't.
Some Halloween content in this one.
Yes, there's some great stuff. There's a Rufus in here that's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
This was like this Socks with Sandals sequel in a way.
Yes.
yeah.
Footy cent.
It's Candy Pants. That's
This
right
was
outside the studio.
Yeah,
That
it's outside
sidewalk.
the studio, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a scarecrow in this, and I
Kind
was
of great.
stoked because I like scarecrows.
This is one of my favorites.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. This is.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
It's a bop or a slap.
This bop slaps. Is slapper is a bop.
Bop.
That's right,
Slap
Damien's
bop.
got it.
It's a banger.
I'm just picturing the audition process for the show being like they definitely didn't audition us intensely enough for what they made us do.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Like
Me and
they put a
David and
lot
Shane
of
are like-
faith.
We never had to dance or sing.
Yeah.
I've actually retained a lot of this song.
Really? The pants are cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah, y'all
sure
sell
they-
it for sure. I remember my audition.
done.
I improvised. I didn't prepare, and I was very
Oh.
surprised that
You're
that
so
worked.
good at it, Damien. You're so
Well,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, but I'm glad it worked out because I'm like that was just me being arrogant and 20, being like I'll figure it out in the room. Like, sure am lucky that happened.
That's crazy
Yeah.
for being such like a type A personality to
Yeah, that's
for
surprising to
you
me.
to
yeah.
be able to go
Yeah.
and improv. I feel like you would have been like over prepared, showed up 3 hours early.
Yeah.
It depends. I'm very like strict with certain things, but then lazy. Like, look at my room; it's chaos. But I also am a diagnosed
Gosh, boy.
OCD person. So like,
Yeah.
I'm OCD, but live in a garbage pit. That's the best way you
Yeah.
can describe me ever. So
That's your zone.
that's
I'm
my
like
zone.
a chrome Victorian, like you see that ghost thing behind? I
Yeah.
remember wearing that
100%.
costume.
Hey,
Here he is.
Hey.
the darkest
Andy?
thing Disney did.
Yeah.
But he's so cute.
Oh no.
Oh, you ate the audience.
Oh no.
My jaw would hurt so much when I was done.
I kept that sign. I just forgot about it until now. I kept
Really?
That sign. I have the hand with the sign, I think. Yeah.
Dope.
Because I remember it was in my dressing room, and I'm pretty sure my parents have it in a bin with all of like my Sunny props.
Oh, that's incredible.
Cool.
Oh my god, look how cool my shirt is.
My God.
I forgot about this.
Me too.
I did too. I absolutely forgot.
Oh, I love Halloween. This is so fun.
Wow.
Brandon.
Hey, you got it, bud. Now we won't eat you.
Bridget is giving
Yeah.
us the best zombie.
Oh.
Yeah, she really is. That like spooky jerky motion.
More dancing. Just drink every time we dance.
Oh.
Voldemort.
Kind of looks like a who.
from the writers who had never seen a Harry Potter movie. or
I
read a book.
know.
I
No.
know.
Sterling nailed it. I remember Voldemort sketch being the one that like set
Broke
it apart
him.
because he was Chad Dillon Cooper on Mackenzie Falls
Yeah.
in the previous season, so they had never seen him do sketch comedy, but they just added him to the So Random cast for season 3. So like they had never seen him do like impressions or accents
God,
or
you're right.
anything, and he just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you embarrassed by this, Allisyn? It's cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
Sally J.
Look at that.
A crowd favorite.
is this. There was one that was like a lawyer for cartoons.
Yes.
Where in the script it said that like they were gonna make my eyes bulge. Like there was all these things in the action lines where it was like, and then she's gonna do this and like something will pop out, but they never added in those special effects. So I just do these really weird like faces and motions
Oh no.
with them telling me like, oh, and then like an anvil will drop on your head, and then like your eyes are gonna bulge. So I'm just like, and like
I'm
nothing
screaming.
happens.
We'll fix it
Wow.
in post.
Yeah.
I remember that jail set. We all.
There he is.
When did Albert Einstein commit crimes?
I don't know. If there's any character that was like over 70, I would always be playing him or her.
Yeah.
But you're the most like youthful among all of us, even in those days.
So I'd play the olds. Yeah.
I guess.
You're so funny, Allisyn. That's so dark.
That's real dark.
Oh.
I remember
So
at the
goofy.
time, all the Justin Bieber references were dated at the time.
Yeah.
Because it'd always be like the swoop hair, and I remember at the time being like, he hasn't done that in 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they hadn't seen a Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sterling said his best things like
So
that.
dry.
Yeah.
CWE or.
Just dry like a
Audrey!
desert.
CWER.
CWER. Oh,
we
that's
used to say
great.
that all the time.
I don't think I heard
Maybe
that.
it's just me and Shane.
That's great.
Oh.
You're shredding your vocal cords, Allisyn, and I'm living for
Yeah.
it.
Never lost my voice. I don't know how.
Impressive.
Wow.
Being 15, that's how it happens.
I just remember this being like the pride of my life to wear the Sally Jensen pantsuit.
Oh, you look so
It
cool.
makes you
It's a
feel very
power
powerful.
suit.
Oh, I just thought there were
Yes.
2 of Allisyn.
Wait, so you're a child who's a lawyer.
Are you a lawyer
not
for
a
kids
lawyer
or are
who
you a
represents
kid?
kids?
right?
I think it
Oh.
started out as I'm a child lawyer.
Oh my god, do you guys remember this sketch? This is so funny.
Oh,
The Shane
yeah.
going up one.
Fly guy to the sky. So funny. Wow. This show really was random.
For future sketches.
He's back.
The show is good. It's good.
It
It
is.
stands up.
You know what, guys? I already was, but like, I'm proud of this. It doesn't even feel cringy.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
look at us go.
I think I built it up in my head. It was this like embarrassing thing, but it's like cool and funny.
No, it's tight. It's like technically tight.
Yeah.
Get
It is.
there.
Yeah.
They
I
nailed
think
it.
it was a weird show for Disney to take on because
Definitely
they
weird.
don't like
100%.
making
Yes.
they don't
Yeah.
like making fun of things, which that's
Oh,
what sketch
pumpkin
comedy
face.
is.
Yeah, you're so
Yeah.
right, Allisyn.
Yeah, and then the whole thing too was that they didn't quite know how to budget because we had all these massive like superstars coming to guest star and do
Yeah.
these musical
Yeah.
But then they would do
performances, and
things like, oh, sorry.
well, yeah, like they spent like $700 on like a beak prosthetic, and it's like you could just do like the string, like it doesn't have to look all like Disneyfied.
Yeah.
Well, Doug's
All of our
like pig
costumes.
thing was $10,000. Doug's pig speech
Yeah.
thing was
know that.
$10,000.
I'm texting
That
Shane
was-
right now because this
that
is so
was
funny.
That was the dark night of my soul. I'll have all of you know. Like, I have never experienced like a midnight hour like that in my life.
Yeah,
Well,
you
you're
were
the best
miserable in
Porky
that
the
pig
Pig.
costume.
But like you were the best like Porky the Pig I've ever seen. Like you had
Yeah.
such
Mhm.
It was
a
great.
good impression.
I appreciate it.
Do you guys remember this
Shane?
sketch? I just texted Shane because this makes me laugh so hard.
Yes.
Literally, yeah. Every time I'm like
Ooh.
sick or I make a joke about throwing up, I say Breer.
Breer!
Yes.
Yes.
I'm literally texting Shane right now.
A little bit of Warburton in there.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Patrick Warburton, yeah, Shane.
100%. Oh, that's good, Damien.
That is good.
Oh no, Fly Guy, you have to take to the sky. He's breaking.
The screw.
I can't wait for the Breer.
Oh. It's the angry cat.
Forgot this was the button.
Did they originally have him throwing up and they had to?
It was like projectile vomiting, right?
Yeah.
They,
What?
stolen from Hocus Pocus. That's a Hocus Pocus joke.
Oh, is it?
Yes, there's like a cop in Hocus Pocus that the kids go up to, and they think he's a real cop, but it's a costume. So
Did
take
Brandon's
that.
character commit a crime? Because he very much acted as a cop for the
That's
vast
valid.
majority of that sketch.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
This is. I want to watch this every Halloween.
This is kind of great.
Mathematician, astrophysicist.
Oh my god! Anytime for me to sing something, I'm such a fucking ham.
I do that to this day, though, Matthew Scott.
You too.
If I'm streaming, I'll be like da 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 da. Okay, it's like
I do the hold, the Matthew Scott hold. Ha!
I did it again.
Shucks, he did it.
Damien just casually dislocating his jaw every time they rewrite in Zombie Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have TMJ. It was real bad after that, but it was worth it. It's my legacy.
Rufus is like, wait, no. Yeah, this is.
It was just. I was just trying to make Sterling and Shane laugh.
Is
Rufus
it
as an
you?
angel is a funny
Man.
idea.
Rufus was flopping brilliant.
I mean,
Agreed.
That was one thing I didn't make up myself. That was everything else, like Billy the cheerleader and Angus. I made that shit up. This was
So good.
They made it all up.
I love how I was taller than Bridget, but they always made like her the older like
The
woman,
mom.
and I was the child.
I think I pop up from behind you in a second and scream at the top of my lungs.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, I'm inside.
And then you crack a legit egg on my skull.
Oh, is this the egg thing, Damien? Oh god, I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
You're fine. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I had to do like 4 takes of it though.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It was
I think
fun
it
then
is.
too. It was fine.
If you were more better in the moment, it would have only had to been once.
Yeah, if you would crush more people with eggs, maybe you'd know.
Oh. I will say they teased this through 2 commercial breaks. They know what's up. They know
The
the
heavy
good stuff.
hitter.
Yeah.
The kids want their Rufus lunchboxes.
Sterling is laughing the whole time. Like he cannot keep it. No one would stop me. No one would reel me in.
No.
Nobody
Impossible.
wanted to stop you.
No.
I remember
Yeah.
shooting this one, and when I jump up and scream, listen to me screaming, because I was like, there's no way they'll keep this. I can't believe they're letting me do this on television. It's me screaming as loud as I can.
You had to raise the bar though. They did so many.
It's true.
Yeah. You started at a
Here it is.
12.
Hold on. In a second, I'm going to pop.
That was
It's
I-
the
that
vocal
actually
break in
scared
the
me.
scream.
I remember I was,
That's-
I was just supposed to jump up. I never did the scream in the network run through, so that was the first time that I ever did it.
That was
What
that
am
was
I
like
doing?
that was like a whistle tone scream.
I don't think I could recreate that if I tried.
It's when a scream goes like just slightly sharper than the tone you start at and starts to wiggle. It's like like I can't recreate it either, but it's just chef's kiss.
The one time they didn't make Damien the cop.
Yeah, they gave me
Dark
mustaches
Damien.
all the time, and that's where Dark Damien came from.
No, because you're inside, and I have to
Damien.
crack an egg on your head for some reason. Oh, your principal Zane.
You're
Oh,
a
you're in a mustache. You're still in a mustache,
Yep.
of course.
Of course I am.
Wait, Audrey, are you a leprechaun on the inside?
Yes.
Is this Is this where you're a leprechaun?
Yeah. There were a couple Irish accents in this show, okay?
Yeah.
That was me sneaking in the ooh.
So, is the eggs their decor, or did you do
No,
that?
you done egged my house.
Staple.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
I remember that was in the commercial for the episode. Was that little thing?
That's so cool.
Oh.
Yes, it was a real solid egg.
Didn't
Yeah.
they do it
Cold,
on
I
the head
remember.
a bunch of times though, and then they were like, let's put the mask there for safety. Like, am I
Yeah,
making
think
that
you're
up?
Right. You're right. No, you're right, Damien.
Oh. This is
You're
visceral.
really angry. I remember that was very. You just used the rage.
I wasn't
That's
actually angry though.
evil.
I remember even then being like, it's fine, right? Or did
No,
I'm-
it was not fine.
Blue on
I
your
should not be
face.
cracking an actual egg on your forehead.
3
Yeah.
times.
What is Brandon doing? I love Brandon.
Yeah.
I remember not being able to yell much louder than that in that voice. And they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
they're like, get madder. I'm like, oh, okay.
Cholesterol. Oh. Oh.
What?
Oh, Audrey!
There she is.
Oh. Ooh, lovely R's.
Oh my god, yeah.
Audrey, do I remember correctly your
Oh my
dad being really psyched about this costume?
Yeah, because he's a Notre Dame alum, and so
Ah.
he loves that picture on Facebook.
This is cool. This is a cool shot. with
This
the
is
spinning
great.
thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Wait, this show's so fun and cool.
Yeah, we should
Had a
reboot
good
it
time.
with all new people.
Yeah, let's do
It's
it.
very like
Yeah.
edgy Disney.
Yes, it is. You're right, Allison.
I remember when we first
were edgy,
premiered, they said that Zombie Man was the dark, like a very surprisingly dark turn. The Zombie Man sketch was fine, and so
Yeah.
like in the
Yeah.
reviews, I just remember thinking like, I'm the darkest thing ever on Disney. I'll take it.
But guacamole,
Get it out of
Make
there.
it cut.
Can't make fun of nothing.
Hook hands. Hook hands, I know. We got in trouble for hook hands because some little girl had hook hands.
And then the Brandon's flamenco dancer guy, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
which are
yeah.
all the like offensive characters and accents that we did for like Brandon speaks Spanish. Like that was like a solid accent and he actually speaks Spanish and I was
Yeah.
very confused that was the one that would get flagged.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
If one person complains, it's out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
was
think Disney
was
wants to
Hook
do that.
Hands the same time on SNL where they were doing the like, and I'm Denise, like baby hands?
oh yeah, I eat
I just-
dinner in the dark.
It
Yeah.
probably was around the same
Evan,
time.
Bobcat, and Rolled
way,
Honey.
There was an actual like mom who wrote in saying that she saw the hook hands, like the Let's Touch Animals
Mhm.
sketch, and was
Mhm.
like, "My daughter has hook hands." And
I
she was
remember that.
watching.
And she
Yeah.
can't touch animals.
This
Yeah,
is man.
it's-
Damien, this is man.
yeah,
This guy
man
right
is in
here.
the blue shirt. It's tough too, because like you want to be inclusive, of course, but also like at the same time, the reality is that little girl has hook hands. Like
They
Yeah.
like repping it on TV, and it also
maybe
wasn't
rep it on
being
TV.
like
Yeah. It wasn't like, ha ha, she had hooks for hands. It's like that was a character who's a little bit more representative and gets to be the star of the sketch. And I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
which is again why I don't think it was a good show for Disney to try to do.
Yeah.
'cause
That's
it was
true.
Just like, yeah.
I
These guys
remember
were
this
great.
song goes on for 19 minutes. I remember this is one of those that we're filming where you're like,
Every song felt that long,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Keep dancing, keep dancing."
Yeah.
Like,
Is the camera on me?
Yep.
Is Shorty
I'm so
still a thing,
tired.
or was that like an exclusively
Shouty.
2011 thing?
I think it's gonna be still a thing.
It's still a thing, Shorty? I haven't heard that one.
I don't
For a
know if
long
it's still
time.
around calling someone shoddy.
well,
Yeah.
that's Brandon. I feel like Brandon could tell us if it's a.
I don't think what would it be now?
Do you
Like
guys think Brandon's gonna come?
Could
I
be
think
any
he'll be
minute.
here any
yeah,
any
just
second.
2 hours.
Oh my
and
god,
15
you're
this
more
one?
jaw, Damien.
Hey! I said English
Aw.
words.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I forgot Brandon could fly
Oh yeah.
because he more or less could.
Why am I always high fiving the crowd?
Because there's nothing else to do.
So
Because
stop
you
doing
have to listen to the whole ending credits and be like, the best alternative is to be like,
Bridget.
yeah, movement.
They
yeah.
would like replay the song sometimes, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. To get the
Yeah.
angles.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
to hug
They
Justin
would.
Bieber 3 times.
Justin
I
Bieber
remember
was
his
nice.
Christmas
bodyguard.
episode.
Like
For
I was
all the
walking
episodes.
through the stage, and the bodyguard was like, "Hold up." I was like,
I remember that week was completely different. Do you remember like security? Everything changed when he was
There
there.
was
Snipers on the
actual
rooftops.
Snipers on the roof.
Yeah, yeah.
They had been said that there was more security for Obama, who had been on the lot a couple weeks
Yeah.
earlier. Or
Yeah.
less.
Wow.
It was because during Sunny, because we filmed the first season of Sunny on the NBC lot, and Obama was guest starring on like some talk show there, and they had like of course intense security, but then that's why it's like I remember when Justin Bieber came to the Hollywood Center lot, it was like the full on snipers, like SWAT team, like
It was
all
crazy. It was
All
crazy.
these cars.
Do you remember
He
Brandon
just, like,
and Justin with their
rolls in.
cars outside, just like
Mhm.
The
showing each
Batmobiles.
other their awesome cars?
I remember
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's car was very cool. I remember being a very, very cool matte Batmobile. It
Yeah.
was dope.
Yeah.
But Sterling was like revving his engine with Bieber, right? Or was that Brandon? I thought it was Sterling.
Sterling would do that. That's such a Sterling thing to do.
Maybe it was all three of them.
I think it
Probably
was
all
probably
I was definitely out there in my Dodge Nitro, revving
Nice.
as well, revving hard.
Me and Damien were
my-
part
My
Yes!
ride guy in the Crown Vic.
We
Oh,
were
yeah,
parked
you-
so
you
far
guys.
away, always.
That
Don't
was so
disgrace the
awkward.
Crown Vic. I learned how to drive in that car.
The Crown Vic is dope. There's no disgrace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crown Vics are
Yeah.
great. What do you think? You're better than cops? That's what they drive. So,
Cushiest ride I ever had.
Scrappy
Yeah, my
Pete, my
parents-
car at the time, is no longer with us. I'm afraid
Scrappy
to say.
Pete.
Oh.
I
Scrappy
remember.
All right,
Yeah,
R.I.P. Scrap P.
R.I.P. Scrappy Pete, wherever he is. Junkyard. What were you saying, Allisyn?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you right off.
I was just gonna say, my parents have this tendency to buy like cars off of like elderly family friends. So we've always had this string of like really old cars, like really old, strange cars that like don't suit the personality of the family at all.
That's funny.
The Crown Vic
But yeah.
Whitney's grandma's car?
Yeah, that was Brittany's grandma's car, the Crown Victoria.
I love it.
Boat of a car that Audrey and I learned how to drive in a parking lot and definitely
and the-
killed somebody.
In the Americana parking lot. I owe Steve Arm so
Wow.
The Americana parking lot?
The
That's like hard
Americana.
mode
Americana,
immediately.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we definitely should have murdered somebody and been in jail. That was
much. Yeah.
yeah. I'm really surprised nobody died.
Nice.
Yeah, same.
I too didn't kill anyone while we filmed the show. Everybody? Doug? Matthew Scott?
Me either.
I don't think so.
I gotta go.
Be cool. Be cool. Yeah.
Just my career. No, I'm kidding. No, our show was cool. It was
Yeah.
that
fun.
was actually fun to watch. Yeah.
That was a
was.
lot of fun.
It was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Picked a good one, Audrey. Do both of those. You good picks.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you. I tried to
choice.
find a little bit of everything for everyone.
A fantastic journey. A little bit of this and that.
Yep.
What's that
Precisely.
from?
All right.
Well, you guys, this has been so much fun.
It's been really fun.
Thank you very much
It has
for
been way
hanging
too
out.
much fun.
It's just
We should do
so
it again.
much fun.
I know the second episode ended, and I was like, wait more.
They zip by because it's really only like 18 minutes of content and then like a musical performance, and that's really it.
Yeah.
That's all you can hope for with a child's attention span. You
It's
gotta
true.
get in and get out. Brains are not
Even
prepared for it.
If even now, I know I see little babies like in Target shopping carts, just like hitting skip ad for their little like Ring Around the Rosie musical thing. I'm like, you can't
Daddy
talk
finger.
and you can hit skip ad. Like
That's
that doesn't.
insane.
Yeah. So,
Man,
boy, times are changing, but yeah, I missed that. That was nice.
Me too.
they're really
So
good
maybe
times.
we do this again and
Yeah.
look over a few more
Yeah.
episodes in the
I'm
future.
super down
do
for
it.
that. Super down.
Yeah, we'll see if we can nail Sterling down, and maybe a time when Tiff's free and Shane's
We'll
not
never
too
get a
busy.
hold of Brandon. I don't think Brandon will ever.
But he will always be super excited in the group chat.
Yes.
He
I feel
will-
like we.
yes. He also
We
Well,
just
we
need
talk to you
this-
guys.
Monday,
He also, like-
6:30. Can't wait. And then
he frequently responds to my Instagram stories and DMs me, and like it seems normal. Like it's
He's definitely online.
yeah.
we have not communicated at all since so random, and I miss the guy. So let's I want to
Yeah,
hang
we
out with him. Let's make
We
him
should
do
put him
this.
down as if he's not coming, and then maybe he'll show up.
Yeah.
Maybe reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we make it so that he can never run again, and then he won't run while we do these things.
Yes.
There it
Go
is.
for it, Damien.
Exactly.
Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding is
No, I meant more like a legal sense. Like you get a bunch of free cool
Yeah.
stuff, but you're not allowed to run anymore.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't gonna break anybody's
We finished
knees.
I
recording,
like
right?
the paralyzing part.
All right. Well, let's cut that part out. So
Yeah,
good
for
to
sure
see you
cut that part out.
guys.
Cut it all out.
Can we
Yeah.
just cut the last 33 minutes and 34 seconds?
We'll just show
Thank you.
Matthew Scott popping up and screaming, and that'll be the whole video.
All right.
Yeah, whistle tones.
Y'all, this
Yeah.
has been
This was-
incredible.
It's been awesome.
Let's do this again soon.
I would love that.
Yes,
Yay!
let's do it.
Same
good.
Nick
Yeah.
time, same Nick place. Wait.
Oh.
No.
No.
The mouse is like, I hear you've been stepping out on me. Ha ha.
Wait, all of a sudden Mickey
Chaos.
Mouse is so terrifying.
Yeah. So good to see you again, Matthew Scott.
No.
Didn't read your contract, did ya?
Sleep paralysis demon. Yeah.
We're casting for the new Pluto. How'd you like to be chained up in my yard? Huh? Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I'll do it. I'll do
Now
it, Mr.
Dr.
Mouse.
Yeah, right.
I'll do it.
Excellent job, please.
Sign me up.
Yeah. It's been so lonely.
Oh,
I'll put in my 2 weeks at Hot Topic.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Before we
Get out of
bounce,
there,
speaking
Al.
of which, where can everybody find everybody?
I am always Allisyn on Instagram. Allisyn is spelled weird. It's Allisyn.
It's the hardest thing in the world for people.
For some reason, yeah. I mean, I've become pretty immune to it, but I know one time Starbucks spelled it Alicin, like the name Alice in, and that was new.
Okay.
Yes.
That is
Yep,
new.
but
That's the last one I would have tried. Yeah.
Newly
Yep.
minted.
yeah,
I have been called Aubrey more times than I have been called Audrey, but I'm totally fine with it. One letter.
Audrey.
Doesn't matter.
Audrey is much more common than Aubrey.
That you would think, right? But yet, I guess I just have the face of an Aubrey. Or I
To be
give, like,
fair, you kind of do.
I've got Aubrey vibes, apparently.
You sound well adjusted to it.
I've embraced it. Fully
Yeah.
embraced. But
Just change your name.
for the handle, it technically is Audrey, but Audrey, Aubrey, whatever you want.
Nice. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch at Damien Haas, DAMIENHAAS. There's two ways because it's German and weird, like me. So, woo!
I'm on Twitter and Instagram, Dougie Fresh, DUGYFRESH. Why? What's so funny?
You just
You're
described
still-
Instagram and Twitter as like something so quaint. You're like, I'm on the little old Instagram, Twitter. I don't know if you've heard, but it is.
You're still
Get off
in
your
my phone.
TikToks.
Yeah, you're still in my phone as Dougie Fresh, and so if I go to type in Doug, like if I'm trying to like text you and I type in D-O, it won't pull up, so I have to type in D-U because it's Dougie Fresh.
Yeah,
I have you as Lord Tuppy. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Yeah, you're Lord Tuppy.
throwback.
It's quite the throwback. So I often
boy,
also
Yeti.
have a hard time texting you.
Yeah,
I am Matthew_Scott_Montgomery on Instagram. iRobotYouJane on Twitter, and then just Matthew Scott Montgomery on TikTok, and I think that's everything.
Well, this has been great. I'm gonna go eat some food.
So fun.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Have fun with that
Wow.
food, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I love
stop
you guys
down
so
with
much.
Love y'all as well.
Love ya.